Did you guys remember this story we ran just a few weeks ago with this 16-year-old Treaure?
I'm a Caucasian because everything about me is different from an African American.
Who had all these outlavish things to say about black people. She claimed that she was white and she wasn't black. She did it on the DR.PHIL show. But lies will be exposed. Because after everyone did all the digging and all of that stuff, we're getting it from the source. Got a chance to talk to the sister of Treaure, Nina, and she telling us how the whole thing was a setup and a lie.
She has all these hustles, from selling fake hair, like low quality cheap hair, to people saying it's something else when it's really not, and then having people call her back looking for her, to going door to door pretending she's in a church. And this is really, all because my mom's negligence, and not being in her life and not going to school and, being a fugitive and on the run from CPS, and how this girl really needs to be in a patrolled area at this point because her life is in danger. But, she's not. She's still making YouTube videos.
Well, we'll talk about her life being in danger and all that other stuff. But Treaure said some of the most racial insensitive things.
Most African Americans speak ghetto, but when it comes to black people, I think they're all ugly and have nothing in common with them.
But why did she just
adapt? She really doesn't even know white people like that.
Why did she adapt this personality and go on the DR.PHIL show and portray that personality? Was it a setup? Was it to get money? Was it to get fame? What was it?
I didn't know Treaure was going to do this until my mom kind of slipped and told me. But at first we kept trying to figure out what was she going to go on for, because Treaure already has a fucked up life. So I'm thinking, okay, it has to do with some of her school shit or something. Like maybe she's acting like one of those wild kids from the Maury show. You know how they used to do really wild, I don't listen to my mama, I don't listen to my mama. I thought it was going to be on that type of tip. I didn't know it was going to be on no race, out of the blue. Out of the blue.
So is your mother is your mother involved in the setup as well?
My mom was definitely okay with it.
So
and definitely, wanted that trip to LA just as bad. The doll segment was her idea. She's just guilty.
So your mother and Treaure and your brother, they was on the set. DR.PHIL was asking the questions. Did DR.PHIL know about it? Did DR.PHIL do his research?
Actually, from what I've heard, that DR.PHIL was very into exploiting people on his show, and whether it was Treasure's idea originally or not, which it definitely was, DR.PHIL was all for it. He was here for it, honey. He wanted that. He wanted to promote it. He wanted it to be over, exaggerated. He wanted it.
Wow.
He's all for it. Everybody on that set, the audience members, they were all here for it. Spirit, she was all here for it.
What about your brother?
He is an adult, and he's been harboring a fugitive, which is Treaure, because she honestly is a ward of the state. And the fact that he was okay for the ride, and is an adult putting a child's life in danger. This is very serious, and he's ruining his life too now.
Wow. So let me get it clear, and I want our viewers to understand. We saw this story with Treaure. She was on the DR.PHIL show. She made some of the most outrageous comments that you would think that people would say out loud about black people. You guys heard it. I'll play it back again a little bit later. But when we're talking with her sister, who says the whole thing is a fake, the whole thing was a setup, the whole thing wasn't real. But what was the plan from you being the sister? What do you think was the plan? Was just for Facebook likes? What they want out of it?
The only plan Treaure had and wanted, and this was out of my own mother's mouth, she wanted to become a meme.
Why would she go ahead with something like that? That is so puzzling. That the 16-year-old was leading the parent, the mother, into this outrageous exploitation. Is Treasure manipulative like that?
No, my mom's done worse, and she really wanted that trip to California. She was bragging to me about how they treated her so good and how she ate shrimp and how she asked for wine. You know, she wanted that.
What's your
She
relationship?
wanted to be treated like a superstar.
What's your relationship with your sister?
Well, Treasure always been into like shit and doing her own little ghetto thing. At first, I used to try to really help her, but I have 2 kids of my own. I had moved out to Arizona, and it's like it was my mom's responsibility. And Treasure at that point didn't even want no real help. She didn't want like a normal people. She didn't want somebody to come in and tell her what to do.
Right.
She wasn't gonna listen.
Right.
So Treasure's always been, well, you know, up to recently ghetto, and I just avoid her, and we don't fuck with each other because she had said some shit about me and my kids, some disrespectful shit. But my aunt, I told her I'm about to beat Treasure's ass. I'm about to beat Treasure's ass, and she told me, "No, Nina, don't do it. It's not worth it." But now I kind of really wish I did.
Did you get a chance to speak to Treasure after the show?
No. Oh, yes. After the show, I thought you meant now, but yeah definitely. I was mad at Treasure all this time until I had seen the DR.PHIL thing and seen how funny Mom's performance was, because it was a small clip at first.
Right.
So we just laughing how terrible Mom's acting was, like. And then Treasure started telling me about the trip and about, you know, how funny she thought it was, and, you know, how people were talking to her on the set and really encouraging her. And, yeah, she told me some other things about, you know, DR.PHIL's staff, which is kind of disturbing and Illuminati-esque. But, I mean, it is what it is. That's something for her to tell.
She had to adapt that personality. And then she started a YouTube channel, and she started to upload videos and all that other stuff.
People online calling my family all crazy and weird. People who knew me from like, or thought they knew me from high school, said our family was always strange and weird. They didn't really understand that we were abused children. And, you know, somebody like said something about, oh, I used to beat a brother up. Yeah, it's so funny that you were beating my older brother. He was slow. That's funny that you were beating up a slower guy who is being abused at a home and school. Like, people talking about us like we all deserve that, and we all like think like that, and we're all being questioned. You know, a lot of people trying to come after me, saying that I'm in on it too. When talking about some of the things that my mama did, I know I could never just look her in the face alone and be in a room with her alone, because she would try to kill me.
Your mom would try to kill you? Why?
Because I'm outing her on her dirt.
Have you spoken to your mother after?
No. Her phone's been off for quite some time.
So you did a YouTube video as well. What about people that
No, I did not do a YouTube video.
Oh, you did an Instagram, sorry.
Only Instagram.
You did an Instagram. Well, it found its way on YouTube. Why are you coming out? Why are you coming out and talking about it?
Okay, well, number one, I'm a black woman. I never denied that. I never had no qualms about my brown skin. I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. And my mama, you know, was all into 70s culture and all into showing us like stuff like about disco and the Wiz and really empowering black movies. So it's a shock that she would do this, but also, you know, just the fact that I saw my father being called a white supremacist when this man raised us, loved us, and fed us well, and our lives only didn't become chaotic until he died.
So was your father white?
He was not my biological father, but he raised us. My mom married him, and then she had all these kids on him, and he still stayed and loved us and gave us a good life.
Right.
And he didn't even have to do that.
Nina, if your sister Treasure is watching right now, what do you want to say to her?
Treasure, I highly advise you to remove your social media because I called PS today,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to be under investigation. And the fact that you have your brother have a liability now, like, well, I don't know if she would be liability or if he would, but the fact that Kendall is co-signing this, my mom co-signed this, and you're a minor.
Yes.
This is serious child abuse, and you're not only ruining your future, you're ruining your brother Kendall's, and mom. And you guys are going to be doing some serious, there's going to be serious actions taken against you.
Right.
You've offended a whole country, a whole race of people.
Yes.
And, all for clout. And the fact that I understand what happened and where my mom went wrong. Kendall and Treasure are products of social media warping their brains and thinking that trolling is cool and okay to do, and what to do.
But that's trolling.
The thing to do. They fell victim.
That's trolling on a whole new level. This is taking it to the biggest level possible, where the whole country is talking about this. To take it so public. But if you had a conversation, if you had your mother get a chance to speak to your mother, right, and what would you tell her?
Everything you did is coming to light, and there's no point of lying or shaking your head. No, every abusive thing, and you deserve this. So just face the consequences. Just take it. You're old. You were born 1966. There's no point of lying about this. We all know the truth.
Nina, thank you for chatting with us. To shine
Sorry,
some
my
light
babies
on
are
this.
singing.
Yeah. Thank you for chatting with us, Nina. We'll keep in touch, all right?
All right.
All right, thanks.
But
guys, that was Nina. And that's Treasure's sister. I'm sure you picked that up already. Now, Nina, as you very clearly heard, that this girl Treasure, her sister, is a fake. The story is a fake. It is not true. In fact, it's confirmed by multiple sources that Treasure social media posted before she went on Dr. Phil. She had problems with police brutality as it relates to black people. She posted on her Facebook page, and the Facebook investigators, they saw that, they picked it up. She was talking about why police officers are treating black people like that. Before the idea to come up with this persona, this crazy ass persona of trolling, as one would put it, she was an average ticking black girl, or supported and spoke about the ill will that black people have been faced. But this is trolling to another level. This is taking it up a notch. This is taking it up to a different level. The question that I have, Dr. Phil, a very reputable TV host, a very reputable TV show, you mean nobody at Dr. Phil was able to do their homework to say possibly that this story is a fake? Or was he so high on the exploitation that would come out of it at the end of the day? He was so high on the fact that this would make his show ratings go so high. Because, like it or not, believe it or not, this episode of Dr. Phil got a lot of mentions, got a lot of shares, got a lot of people talking about Dr. Phil. So the question is, did Dr. Phil went in on this as well? And if that is the case, I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying that he knew about it. I'm not saying that that he was a part of this framing of the story. What I'm saying is, if that was the case, then that would be a big shame. That would be a big shame. A 16-year-old could pretty much frame this whole big lie and get her mother and her brother in on it and try to trick all these people. That is trolling to another level. Guys, if you want to see more about this story, we're going to continue to look at it and take it from different angles. I want to find out from Treaure personally. Why? Not like it matters. I would like to find out from the mother. Why? Not like it matters either. The truth and the fact about it is, it's wrong. Let me know what you guys think. Post your comments at the bottom. Like and subscribe. Post your comments. Fake story alert. It was all a hoax.